What's up, y'all, and welcome to my Crown Jewel review. I know I'm late on this review, but I've had other things I had to take care of today, so it's some things to say about this show. I did see it earlier this morning, started about 11 a.m. over here, went off at about 2:35. I come on here all the time when it comes to these Crown Jewel. I call it the Blood Money Show. I don't even know what Blood Money show they're on at this point, anyways. And yeah, I know I probably kick it off with a song and go Blood Money. Or the other one. I think I did the last one. Now I'm that feeling crown jewel. Bounce, 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 bounce. Yeah, my parody of that and stuff. I did that in the last video, but yeah, I always do that with crown jewel and making fun of it. But what do I have to say about this show? I could say it's some interesting things on here. I'm sure we all want to get to the whole Roman and Logan Paul match that happened, but let's run through this show. I don't really have a lot to say about these matches, so I'm going to try to be a little bit quick as possible when doing this review. So let's kick it right off the bat. We kicked it off with Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley. I've noticed one thing about with Brock Lesnar matches in Saudi Arabia sometime. It's like we do this the first match so he can get in and get out and probably a plane back onto the States. Even though the last couple shows he's done, he's been, in the main event or so. But with Brock and Bobby, when Brock was even making his entrance, Bobby Lashley went after him, knocking him into the steel steps, which, Lesnar started selling his knee in throughout the match. Lashley speared him, and he went back outside, speared him again through the barricade. Lashley got him again and still covered him, but Brock got out of there. Next, Brock started hitting, a bunch of German suplexes and whatnot as he kept hitting it, even hitting the F5, which Bobby had kicked out. Lesnar tried to go for another F5, but Lashley got out of it. Hit him with a clothesline. Basically went out to the outside then. He ran him into the ring post. Got him back into the ring for another spear. Lesnar had stopped him and went for an F5, but Lashley got out of there, hit a spine buster, which I think the fans here were a little bit more on Brock's side, it looked like. But Lashley went for the hurt lock then and whatnot. Lesnar's trying to get out of there. He almost went to one knee. He got back up through it, but next thing you know, he ended up just kicking himself off the turnbuckle, landed on the Bobby Lashley as Lashley held on to the hurt lock. Basically, the referee counted to 3, and Brock Lesnar won right here. So it was a bit of 6 minutes in this match. So this didn't really go on. Basically, a finisher fest if you want to spam it. Right after Lashley was surprised and ended up attacking Brock again, put him into the hurt lock until, I guess Brock nearly passed out there. But, but you know, um, Brock still got the win. So I guess it's like, both got a piece now because back at the Royal Rumble, Lashley won, and now Brock won here and stuff. But, Lashley was somewhat kind of protected and whatnot. He did dominate a lot of this match, but Lesnar ended up, just getting the pin over him, kind of like a surprise and stuff as Lashley held on to the submission. So I think another match will happen with both of these two. Maybe WrestleMania, maybe the Royal Rumble. I don't know when the next match will happen, but I do believe it'll be another one with Brock and Bobby once again. But yeah, this was very fast, and it just kind of came and it was done. But it was good for the time being. Next, I know they interview Alexa Bliss and Asuka, who were talking about the tag team titles after they won them last Monday on Raw. Bliss was talking about, preparing for this moment for months, and then he had the Bray Wyatt logo appear, which she kind of looked at it, and which I did say that Bliss has a history with Wyatt. I don't want to see these two back together again. I hope not. I hope this doesn't lead to whatever them. Like, I had enough of it when there was the whole, Bliss using all of Bray Wyatt's powers and all that stuff. I don't want to see that again, okay? I don't even want to see these two back in any type of form or fashion back together. So I hope this doesn't happen. But this match was kind of impromptu in a way. I didn't even know this was going to be on the card, but it was Damage Control versus Asuka and Bliss for the titles. It wasn't a bad match, but it doesn't make sense at the same time. Basically, Nikki Kross got involved, and she got involved and attacked Bliss and rolled out of there, and Bliss ended up getting pinned. So Damage Control won titles back. I know this crowd is different; it's a different whole country and everything, but Listen, man, nobody really cares about Damage Control. I've already said before that Damage Control is not over. Hell, nobody didn't care about this match on Monday on Raw. It was like crickets out there. You could see the people sitting on their hands. Like I said that the other night, but this makes no sense just to take the belts off them just to put them back on them. Like I don't get it. All right. I will say one thing about everyone's gear out here. I know it's different over there in Saudi Arabia. We know how it is when it comes to the women. I will say everybody looked like they had space suits on out there. It looked like they were astronauts in a way. Some would say Power Rangers also, but I thought they looked like they didn't look like astronauts with the gear they had on. But yeah, I don't really care for the title change in general. I didn't care that much Monday. I just kind of thought like, all right, Damage Control's not over, so let's put them on Bliss and Asuka. But now it's like, no, we'll just put it back on Damage Control. Like, dude, Damage Control is just not over, and nobody really cares about this group. You may get away with it here, given it's Saudi Arabia, but just over here in America, no one gives a shit, okay? Or these title belts. At least they're just, I don't know, are they holding them until, I guess, quote unquote, Sasha and Naomi come back, since everybody's still guessing whenever they're gonna come back and get the titles? I don't know, but was it really made any sense just to do this match or this title change again? No, not really. I didn't understand the point, so didn't really care. Um, Next, Drew McIntyre went against Killer Kross in a steel cage match. I'm be honest, I almost forgot about this match, and several people I know almost forgot about this match. Do I think it was better than the one Extreme Rules? A little. I know they couldn't bleed out here. Maybe that's due to Saudi and whatnot. But listen, we talked about the last match, and you can go back to the review with several of us on there between Kyle and Steven. We thought this match wasn't good, and it was damn basically boring. The strap match and everything. But was this a little bit better? Yeah, it could have been better, but it's like, I don't know. Some would say Cross's matches have either all become the same and whatnot, and Drew's doing his best out there. And I like both of these guys, but something about this whole feud is just not clicking. That I forgot they were even still feuding with each other. Like the only thing we've seen from them in SmackDown was what, Cross beating up Madcap, beating him in the match, and then they did that thing in the parking lot and stuff. But and whatnot. But the match was whatever. Of course, Scarlett was gonna get involved. You had its moments in this match and stuff like and everything, but they were a superplex off the damn near the top of the steel cage and whatnot, almost on it. But McIntyre coming back with the Claymore, trying to get out the door. Scarlett's got the key, which I thought was kind of funny. Like, oh, I locked the door, you can't get out. I'm like, you can just climb the cage, right? Which he did. So I thought it was kind of silly that she's like, oh, I got the key, you can't get out now. All right, I'll climb the cage. Like, you all know it's the cage match. And Kross was crawling towards the door, but Drew ended up dropping down and winning the match against Kross. So, he didn't beat him blatantly. So I guess 1-for-1 right there. But I don't know. This whole feud's just been kind of. We know Kross has been attacking Drew ever since he got back here, but I don't know. I feel like with the Extreme Rules match, that really brought it down, this whole feud. The Steel Cage match was, it had its moments. It was okay, I thought. But I don't know. They tried to make this as somewhat important as possible, trying their best to. So I don't know. It was just kind of there to be there, but I don't know. Like I said, I like both of these guys, but something ain't clicking here. Oh, here's one thing to talk about: Judgment Day versus the OC, AJ Styles and Gallows and Anderson. Let me say this: I ain't watched that Battle Autumn show yet. I know everybody knows. Oh, is Carl Anderson gonna show up in New Japan or WWE? Come on, obviously he's gonna show up to WWE here. We all knew that. Yeah, and I checked out a little New Japan. Like I said, I haven't finished the show, but I saw the package of them just saying like Carl Anderson will. I'll come when I'm ready to come. Which, if anybody read the statement from New Japan that they would take the title away from Carl Anderson and have an openweight belt if he did not show up, but New Japan has still refused to do that for some reason. I have zero clue why. I still don't know what the meaning of this whole quote unquote partnership is or whatever it is. Like, dude, just take the belt. I don't know why New Japan just don't take the belt from him. Like, we know he's with WWE. And someone say it's very hypocritical, Gallows and Anderson, after they said that we never be in Saudi Arabia or anything ever like that again. But hey, look who came back to the WWE. Money talks, basically, folks. Money talks. But New Japan should just take the damn belt from him and just be over with it. I don't know what they're hesitant for. Like, move on. I don't know when he's ever going to come back up. Maybe it is Wrestle Kingdom, some would say. But, you know, he was already booked here first, and having this whole event booked on the same day did not do any favors, especially for NJPW. So, like I said, I question wherever this is going. As for the match itself, wasn't bad. Of course, you all know that Ripley's gonna get involved one way or another. Um, but the match I thought was, it was a good 6 man. It was what it was. But yeah, AJ and them lose again. Ripley gets involved. Um, Balor ends up, hitting the coup de grace on AJ after, Ripley, throws AJ into the apron and whatnot. So yeah, I sit there and wonder, why was the the Good Brothers even brought back again now? Why? Just to lose here? Still can't beat Judgment Day? Well, it's Ripley, so no one can take her out. And I heard there were rumors about people even coming on the show today to help the OC. Or maybe it'll be by Monday. Some are saying it's Charlotte. Some are saying it's Mia Yim. I don't know who it will be. Will it be Beth Phoenix if she returns back with Edge by Monday? I don't know, because obviously the numbers game is outdone. Ripley is out there and stuff, so we all know Ripley's going to get involved, but I just think it's kind of funny that wow, so he brought these guys back to lose. So I think it's just kind of funny that they were just brought in to lose again. So to Judgment Day. So there you go. So I wonder why they even brought Gallows and Anderson back now. I really do, but hey, like I said, money talks. But the match was what it was. Braun Strowman went against Omos. There was no MVP. I know they had MVP get beat up on SmackDown. Basically, he ain't really want to be out here like that. Can't blame him. This match was, not bad. Of course, it's a battle of two giants out there. So I'm gonna say this is Omos's best match he has had. And Omos was dominant at first, going after Strowman, trying to have his number. Of course, Strowman was gonna come back and get at Omos several times. Excuse me. Get back at Omos several times, but Omos was, saying he was the giant and just trying to take out Strowman, and like multiple punches, even trying to take him out. Like I said, Strowman fighting back when Omos like saying, "Come on," throwing into the turnbuckle, getting him back into the ring, outside the ring, hitting him with like a big kick. I know that. Omos tried to charge for him, but Strowman got out the way. Strowman ended up picking up Omos midway running and power slammed him for the win. So Strowman got the win here on Omos. So like I said, someone say this is Omos's best match here and stuff, but it wasn't bad though. Right after that, after Strowman won, uh, Usos came out. Bloodline, by the way, the whole bloodline is there except for Sami Zayn today. We all know about why Sami Zayn doesn't really go to Saudi Arabia shows in general. I know it's to do Syrian thing and all that. I'm not going to go into that right now, but I'm sure everybody knows that already at this point. The Usos went against Rich Holland and Butch or Pete Dunne for the titles. I can't say I really cared about this match because they already kind of told you who was going to win on SmackDown anyways, especially with the New Day coming out there saying, like, okay, we got to protect our longest title reign from y'all. So, when you make it back, you're going to have to face us for those tag team championships. It wasn't a bad match or anything. It was pretty good. It's just like you already knew who was going to win, okay? Given SmackDown, like, it's going to be the New Day versus the Usos and stuff, which the Usos did get the win here. I know they talked about Jay Uso's arm being hurt and stuff. So he's somewhat a little bit injured, some live event, but he is okay to go through with this match. But yeah, they already showed the graphic for New Day and Usos this Friday on SmackDown for the tag team title. See if the New Day can stop their record being broken and stuff. But like I said, Usos and Dunn and Holland was a pretty good match. It's just like, we already know who's gonna win here. It's not that hard. SmackDown kind of gave it away. So like I said, we already know about the New Day. We know they're going after the Usos for the title. So never really thought the Brawling Brutes are gonna win, but still a good match in general. Bianca Belair went against Bayley in a last woman standing match. Very good match. I'm gonna say this is one of the better matches out of the feud. Of course, multiple weapons involved, kendo sticks and chairs, and even a table right there. And stuff like several weapons, even them fighting up to the upstage, then trying to, fit each other inside a cart and throw it into places. I know Bianca again like a golf cart trying to drive into Bayley. Bayley trying to drive in the side and Bianca and stuff. Bayley get on top of the golf cart, and then as Bianca ended up driving the cart and holding on to her, which she held on to, they got down there. Um, what else on this last women's stand match that was notable? Like I said, from weapons and stuff, fighting over the weapon. Bianca getting a ladder stacked up, going up there. Um, even hit like a 450 off the top rope onto the chairs, which Bayley ended up getting out of the way then, but a big 450 there. Bayley turned to climb. Bianca getting up and just in the nick of time to stop her. Excuse me. But Bayley, Bayley and I'm trying to slam Bianca's head into the chair and stuff. Trying to remember. Yeah, Bianca ended up hitting the KOD on the Bayley. Excuse me, so hit the KOD on her, and then there was a ladder there, basically entrapping her leg into that ladder so she couldn't get out, even hitting a chair upon it, but making sure Bayley did not escape, just keeping her leg lacked into that, her leg trapped into that chair that the ref can hit the 10 count. So, bit of a crazy finish right there, trapping her, bad knee and stuff into the ladder, so not bad. But like I said, probably, like I said, really good match. I'm sure they will move on from this after the feud. I wonder where Nikki Cross was, because Nikki Cross ended up helping Damage Control. Why didn't she help Bayley? I don't know. She could have just helped Bayley win the title right here. She helped early on, so why not now? Really think about that for a second. Um, so yeah, but Bianca ends up retaining the title against Bayley. Right after that, we went to Bray Wyatt to cut a promo. Of course, he's making his big entrance and stuff. He's got his lantern and everything. Crowds popping big. They chant "Welcome back." Wyatt said, he comes from a very prestigious family, the Wyndhams and stuff. And he talked about, being larger than life. And he said he wanted to be great since he was a young kid, but great wasn't enough. He had to be greater than all of them. Wyatt basically went on saying, he thought what he needed to do. He thought he gave in. He said he made a monster of himself, but, didn't take him long to figure that out. He's longer afraid and everything, when he was wearing a mask. And, just a lot of sensations. Just talked about, having being a kingdom of nothingness, that a monster, being a monster destroyed him and ran off everyone and stuff. And, he said he had nowhere to run. And the fans shouted, "We love you." And he said, things that no one loves him and whatnot, and know what he's capable of. He says, I don't even love me. He said, but the fans chanting, "Yes, yes, we do, yes, we do," and talked about, this doesn't have to be the ending of this story. He said, he's not the man. That's not the man he wants to be remembered as and whatnot. And he talked about his name is Bray Wyatt several times, and he's gonna rewrite the ending to his own history. Next thing you know, they showed the Uncle Howdy thing with the mask, talking about facing your fear, and the mask and wearing it and stuff, and you just don't take it off and everything. Listen, I would say it's about the Bray Wyatt promos. Like, Bray Wyatt cuts a great promo. Even if you don't know what the hell he's talking about, it's going to be a good promo because it just sounds so good. Now, I don't think this is going to, I hope this isn't just Bray Wyatt fighting himself. Like, it's going to be him some psychological war thing. He's actually going against some opponent. Some people believe it's Bo Dallas under the Uncle Howdy mask or whatever it is, but I don't need to see Bray Wyatt fight himself. I'm not trying to see that. I know people want to go off the whole story this, story that, and okay, but let it mean something important, not some off the wall shit, okay? Like, I know I've seen enough of that with the Fiend and everything. Like I said, there's a hell of a promo out there, and whatever they do had him out here, especially just for Crown Jewel to cut a promo, but still, some are wondering where this is leading to, but obviously just taking a slow burn with this. But I'm not trying to see him fight himself again. All right, I don't need to, because that's what I feel like it's gonna go into is fighting himself. So I don't know. Very good promo though. Where's it lead to? I ain't really sure. Or wherever this Uncle Howdy thing is going. But in the main event, we had Roman Reigns versus Logan Paul. Logan Paul coming out on some giant stand with his phone taking a selfie. Um, Roman making a big entrance for Paul Heyman and stuff. Let me say about this match, this was a very good match. It was a spectacle. Don't get me wrong. It had spots, even what Logan Paul hitting a big buckshot lariat. Some say he did it better than Hangman Page. He was not bad out there. All right. Logan Paul, I've said it before. Logan Paul is not bad in the ring. We've seen it the past couple times. We know he can go. All right? And they had a pretty, like I said, they had a pretty big spectacle. They had a lot of time out there. It wasn't bad. Wasn't bad at all. Even, his entourage is right there. He's gonna drink from them. Even just going to the top rope. Hitting a big frog splash while he's holding his phone, okay, doing a selfie. And I haven't seen a clip of him, his point of view when he's holding the phone, because that's just some, like, way he's doing Austin Theory's gimmick with the whole selfie thing. But, they kept playing out the lucky shot this, the lucky shot that. Can he get that lucky shot off Roman Reigns and everything if he did? Which he kind of somewhat did, and kind of got him woozy and stuff. And even hit his own Superman punch on him. Just all that. But after they did the whole, frog splash through the table. Usos come out, and him and they start arguing with Logan Paul's buddies. Um, they start beating them up inside the ring, super kicking them. Logan Paul's brother Jake Paul shows up, and they talk about how he beat Anderson Silva with the unanimous decision and all that. And Jake Paul comes out. He starts taking punches at the Usos and taking them out. Um, Logan hit another, big frog splash and stuff on the reins, or what's on the reins and stuff. But it was a big near fall. Jake Paul's watching around and stuff. Even Logan did a big dive onto the Usos outside. Then Solo Sikoa comes out then, trying to square off with Jake Paul. All the referees and producers come out and break it up. Like I said, the Usos come out there. Then Logan dives on him. Jake helps Logan up, gets Logan back in the ring. Reigns hits him with a Superman punch and with a spear for the win. As the Bloodline celebrated, and Reigns, even holding his jaw, saying I don't want to ever see him again and stuff. So I'm still the champ and everything. Like I said, this was a spectacle out here. It was a very good match. Never thought the match was never gonna be bad. Okay, like I said before, Logan Paul can go in the ring. He's really good. Some say he's better than half the roster I'm hearing. But at the same time, there's a reason why they did this in Saudi Arabia and not in America, okay? If this was in America, Logan Paul would have got booed out the damn building. They tried to make him as the face. We've already seen what they've been on Raw and SmackDown, especially SmackDown. The Bloodline was automatically faces. They love whatever going on with them or Sammy or any of that stuff. They're automatically cheered. They didn't give a shit about Logan Paul. Never did they ever was gonna believe Logan Paul. Did I really want to see this match to begin with? Not really, but it's filler. That's all this really was. It was filler until whoever they get next to face Roman will face Roman. Okay, very good match though. Like I said, never thought the match was ever gonna be bad. It's just why should I really care going into this, knowing Roman's gonna win? We all know that. We already know. So it's kind of why is this happening? Especially a guy that's only had what, 2 matches. Why is this needed? And I'm sure maybe they did get the viewership. Maybe they did get what they wanted. Logan Paul's fans coming to watch. I don't know. I don't know, because they played the lucky shot thing, and they played the whole this man is boxed against Floyd Mayweather. You know what? That was sparring practice with Floyd Mayweather. Let's be honest. Yeah, that whole fight with Mayweather, that was a sparring practice with Floyd. He just wanted to check and everything. I'm not going to go into both of these guys with the whole boxing thing. I know some people don't look at legit with them as boxing. Don't get me wrong, they have the fundamentals and all that stuff, but some would say they're just either fighting UFC legends or celebrities or legendary boxers and that. Fighting anybody that's current legit right now. They're all money fights at the end of the day, and they found, I'll give them credit, they found a way to make a lot of money off this stuff, as even CM Punk would say, using old school wrestling tactics, because people want to pay to see them get knocked out and stuff. So they make a lot of money off this stuff. These fights, I call them prize fights and everything, with both Jake and Logan Paul. But like I said, I don't think anybody ever believed Logan was ever gonna go in this. And if this wasn't America, he would have got booed out the building, because they don't like both of these guys for whatever reasons. I know there are reasons why people legitimately don't like them, or whoever's better than the other and stuff. Because you can name fucked up shit both of them have done. Like I said, I just know they're famous off of YouTube. Okay, Logan Paul, like I said, not bad in the ring, really good, very good match. It's like I said before though, I was never really interested going into this, nor did I really care. No, that I didn't care at the same time too. I was gonna watch the match and it was enjoyable, but like I said before, who really ever believed Logan Paul was ever gonna beat Roman Reigns? They did their best to try to play up to that, the lucky shot, but it was never gonna happen. All right. So they tried to do something, but I feel like this main event was in America. Roman would have just been automatic super face, and Logan Paul would just got booed out the building. The proof shows every week he had been on the show, except for the one in Ohio, because that was in his home state. Everywhere else, they just ain't fucking with either Paul brother, okay? They just not. They weren't. That's why I just got a question: why is he even going for the title for now? I don't know. But like I said, the match was a spectacle. Overall, the show is okay. Would you say it's a glorified house show? Hell yeah, it's a glorified house show. It's been said before, this was a glorified house show, okay? Main event was the main event, and you got what you got. Um, it was a spectacle, and what more can I say from all this? Like, what more can I say? But it was a decent show. All right, so main event, spectacle. So yeah, but like I said, overall though, getting back on track. Overall the show, it was decent. Okay, the main event was the main event, however you want to take it. Bianca and Bayley was really good. Last woman standing. Um, Usos and Holland and Pete Dunne was okay. Strowman versus Omos was pretty good. Judgment Day versus the OC was what it was. Kross and Drew, I don't know how to feel about that sometimes. Like, you either like it, or you don't like it sometimes. But I wasn't feeling it all the way. Dakota Kai and Io won the tag titles. Don't give a shit. Brock and Bobby was good for the time being, but I feel like we'll see more of this when it comes back. Okay, but other than that, that is my review of the Crown Jewel. Though, whenever it be uploaded, and that sure, but had to come quick thoughts on what's going on with the Crown Jewel and all that stuff and what happened on today's show. So other than that, I'm out of here. I'll see y'all then. Like I said, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Hooded Night 890. Make sure I'm saying that right. So yeah, peace. Tell me what you think about the show, and I'm done. So see y'all then. Out.